Wrestling's very own Macho Man, we welcome the Muscles Adam Mansfield. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it is a condition of his announcing his name. He does ask when he takes his robe off, all the ladies, please do not rush to the ring. Stay in your seats, please.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Aaron Nix. Welcome back to the Rumble Wrestling YouTube channel for Rumble Wrestling Promotions, and we have a one-on-one matchup, but just before we do, it looks like Adam Mansfield is going to disrobe in front of what he believes to be his adoring fans, and Jay Alexander, his opponent for this matchup, looks rather perplexed. Good Lord.
And ladies and gentlemen, his opponent coming from the blue corner, I'm sure you give a nice big welcome to the fast-climbing London star, Jay Alexander!
Well, talk about a contrast in professional wrestling, ladies and gentlemen. Muscles Mansfield, the 30-year veteran of professional wrestling, Adam Muscles Mansfield, versus the relatively new star, but I tell you what, how about this rising star, Jay Alexander from London. We've already seen Jay Alexander on Rumble Wrestling TV quite recently, actually, in a magnificent effort against Jordan Breaks, and now he has a very different matchup to deal with in Muscles Mansfield. Not entirely sure how truthful that is. Probably more ironic than anything else, if we're being honest at this point. But one thing I will say about Adam Mansfield is he's extremely competent in professional wrestling. You don't get to be in the wrestling business for 30 years without being, dare I say, slightly skilled at this. Referee Lee Bamber, the legend of this sport, ladies and gentlemen, in charge of this one-on-one, one full tour finish matchup. One pinfall, one submission, one knockout to determine a winner. Lovely go behind by Jay Alexander, who no doubt will have the speed and athleticism advantage, you'd like to think, but experience certainly goes to Adam Mansfield, as it normally does, regardless of who he's wrestling, with all due respect. I'll tell you what, if anyone can match Adam Mansfield for experience in our business at the highest level, it is, of course, Lee Bamber. What a real privilege to have Lee Bamber refereeing this one-on-one matchup. Adam Mansfield, I don't think he's enjoying the privilege nearly as much right now, claiming that Jay Alexander pulled the ties. I don't think that's true whatsoever. The Stour Centre here in Ashford, by the way, sold out once again. We thank our amazing fans for doing so, ladies and gentlemen. Over 400 strong in here to witness Rumble Wrestling. Dare I say, Jay Alexander having a little bit of fun at the expense of Adam Mansfield. Lovely arm drag there, taking him over, and again another arm drag takes Adam Mansfield over, and Mansfield puts the brakes on, kick to the midsection, slows down Jay Alexander, and that's exactly what Adam Mansfield will want to do. Irish whip is reversed, however, and now Jay Alexander catches him coming in. A little rope-a-dope action. Going this way and that way, and now Jay Alexander looking to pick up the pace once again. Kicks right through Adam Mansfield, spins him right round and clotheslines him to the floor. And Jay Alexander with a really unique and unusual offense. And that is something that's really going to serve him well, because originality in wrestling is very, very hard to harness. And now Jay Alexander, I think, was potentially looking for his patented tornado DDT, but Mansfield is smart. He has scouted that. He backs Jay Alexander into the corner. Oh, and a cheap shot there, as Lee Bamber was looking to create separation. He knows full well he can't stay on the ropes. Now a bionic elbow of sorts. Adam Mansfield is not above borrowing from the legends, and why not? If it works for them, it certainly can work for him. And he's caught Jay Alexander coming in. Snake eyes off the top, and now a clothesline just flattens this young man from London. Cover, just a one count only, and Adam Mansfield admonishing Lee Bamber, and trust me, Mr. Mansfield, Lee Bamber knows how to count. Lee Bamber hasn't refereed a match, so it's probably not worth it. A chop to the back. I don't think Jay Alexander appreciated that. And now a stiff kick right to the chest. Down to Mansfield. Again, setting Jay Alexander back down and a senton splash. You might have seen that before. Cover by Adam Mansfield. 2 count only. Adam Mansfield, very smart. Watches the legends of our sport. Watches the current excellence that is, of course, mainstream professional wrestling, and he's not above borrowing from some of those greats as well. And ultimately, if it works, then why not, as we've said. And Jay Alexander looks to be in serious trouble here. Straight right hand. I think that's an open fist, dare I say. And Lee Bamber will do well to pay attention to that. No closed fist, of course, in professional wrestling. Adam Mansfield has Jay Alexander set. Lovely belly-to-belly suplex. A real throwback maneuver that is, but it is very effective, and a 2 count only. Jay Alexander already struggling as we get into the business part of this matchup. Adam Mansfield looking to assert his dominance with the audience as well. Well advised to pay attention to Jay Alexander, because this young man is lethal. You want to talk about somebody you want to keep on your radar, ladies and gentlemen. Jay Alexander has all the tools to be one of the big stars, and he's only going to get bigger and badder and stronger as he grows older and fills out even more. And I think Adam Mansfield knows all too well how dangerous Jay Alexander could be, as he's just stuffing that boot into the face of Alexander while he's on the floor. A lot of pain involved in that. I think an Irish whip coming up. Yes, indeed. Sends Jay Alexander into the corner. Now Mansfield took a little bit too long. Sometimes he does. Building up head of steam. Got caught coming in. Now Jay Alexander. Oh my God. And wow. Adam Mansfield, to his credit, playing possum. And he's saying intelligence there. Just casually walked out of the way as Jay Alexander went for the crossbody. Borrowing from the Samoan heritages, Adam Mansfield, who now has a chin lock applied. Might notice some of the bodies at ringside, ladies and gentlemen. How about Tony Ham, our photographer for this afternoon? One of the great loyalists, one of the great photographers of this local area and this local wrestling scene. You can check out all of Tony's photography on the Rumble Wrestling Facebook page as Jay Alexander looks to escape and gets caught with a kitchen sink. A knee right in the bread basket takes him up and over and halts any progress he was hoping to build in this matchup. And Mansfield goes right back to that chin lock. Mansfield admonishing this audience. I'm not sure how smart it is to rile up 400 strong here in the Stour Centre in Ashford. This absolutely huge complex. We are very grateful to the Stour Centre for allowing us to put on professional wrestling in its finest and most honest form. British professional wrestling at its best here in Ashford in Kent. Jay Alexander has had enough of Adam Mansfield and is trying to escape. And a beautiful roll through. And a 2 count only for Lee Bamber. Perfect position. There's a clothesline from Jay Alexander, who goes at about 6'3" and 220. An absolute magnificent specimen of a human being. Adam Mansfield, dare I say, slightly less inclined when it comes to being a specimen, but when it comes to mental acumen, it's extremely dangerous in this sport. And a lovely forearm and a gorgeous enziguri from Jay Alexander to Adam Mansfield. That rising roundhouse kick, and on Mansfield counters, gets caught with a super kick in the midsection. Now Jay Alexander, I think, is going to look to suplex Adam Mansfield right out of his boots. Incredible showing of strength there, and oh my God. And Lee Bamber, as he was about to bring his hand down for free, Adam Mansfield able to escape, get his shoulder off the canvas. Jay Alexander right now proving why so many people are so excited about this young man. He has one hell of a future in British professional wrestling. What a hell of a prospect he is. Now I think he might be looking for that Panty Tornado DDT. Goes up and around, but Mansfield again has that scouted and puts the brakes on, and a splash in the corner. You're not going to survive 30 years in this business by taking tornado DDTs every night, ladies and gentlemen. That's exactly why Adam Mansfield has it scouted. Mansfield able to escape. And a shotgun drop kick. Adam Mansfield really does defy and beg a belief sometimes. And now I think he's looking for a neck breaker. Violent collision as Jay Alexander's neck just bounced off of Mansfield's shoulder as he sat down, and now the cover, very lackadaisical. Adam Mansfield might be exhausted, but that is no excuse. That is a sloppy pinfall. He should have got more body weight across Jay Alexander's shoulders, and that's exactly why Jay Alexander was able to escape despite such a violent neck breaker. And now I think he might be looking for a pile driver, which is, by the way, what he delivered to Alex Aces recently when he picked up a winning Ditton. And lovely escape and the victory roll from Jay Alexander as Mansfield once again was taking too long and a 2 count only. Ducks the clothesline as Jay Alexander, lovely rising knee lift, catches Adam Mansfield flush, and I think now Jay Alexander's going to finish this with a tornado DDT, and he gets it! Oh wow, Mansfield could be completely out. Pinfall attempt, and he's... Wow, Mansfield saved by putting his foot on the bottom rope, otherwise that would have been a 3 count, and Jay Alexander would have had his biggest win today here at Rumble Wrestling. Mansfield, for all the mockery and for all the nonsense, is extremely gifted when it comes to mental acumen and ring positioning, and that experience paid dividends there, but he looks to be absolutely bamboozled now on his feet. And I think, oh man, Jay Alexander looking for another one. I'll tell you what, if he'd hit a second tornado DDT, that very much would have been it. Oh, look out, Mansfield now. What the hell's he doing here? A Canadian destroyer from Adam Mansfield, 30 years south. And Adam Mansfield gets the pinfall victory off the back of one of the most devastating moves in all of professional wrestling. The Canadian Destroyer has dispatched Jay Alexander.